this time we haven't made contact with anybody that's aware of anything like that happening or going down. So at this time, that's all I have on that. And any questions?
Yeah, with phones not working great, is Facebook or a community group or social media, is that a better way for maybe people to try to get in contact with you guys?
Not at this time, because actually it's not working well either. So I tried to use that a while ago as I was going to kind of put out where the command post and everything is in case anybody needed anything. And I've been trying to get in contact with people that are bringing supplies in for the citizens and stuff like that. So at this time, no, it's not. It's just the service isn't really great.
I know earlier you said that there was one or two people you were looking for. Has that second person been found, or were they not missing?
At this time, we believe we're just looking for one person, and at this time, that's all we're looking for, and that we're still as well checking hospitals and stuff like that to make sure that the individual wasn't checked into a hospital or something like that as in the middle of the chaos last night. So that's all we know at this time on that.
Can you tell us about the injuries? Are we talking about cuts and bruises? When I was here last night, a woman told me a wall fell on her neighbor. What kind of injuries are you looking at?
Mainly cuts and bruises at this time. Everybody was very fortunate. Like I said, for the most part, we did have one individual that wasn't so fortunate, but there have been several people that were very fortunate.
Is there a specific location of where you're looking for this missing person?
Yes.
Can you tell us?
No, ma'am.
No? Can you provide any information about the person who...
No, ma'am. Will not. That's out of respect for family and stuff. I will not do that.
Well, it was in the context of a house or a car.
Secondary search.
Pardon?
What are you finding in your secondary search?
Nothing at this time other than what we found last night. Nothing new. So we're still just, we've got drones, we've got dogs, we've got infrared stuff. We haven't found anything new at this time.
How much longer do you think it'll be? How far have y'all gotten into it?
I can't answer that question. There's really no way to tell because we're going through the debris very thoroughly. All the search and rescue teams are going through with a fine-tooth comb because nobody wants to miss anything. And so it's just, there's no way to put a time on that.
Is there a way for you guys, I don't know if it would be helpful, but to put out an alert of that missing person, sharing their name or sharing their photo of if anybody has seen them?
Not at this time. Not at this time. That's not something, an avenue that we will pursue at this time.
So were you looking for two people at one point, or you were only looking for one person?
We were looking for two people. We did locate one individual.
Was it because their cell phone was dead or something like that?
Yes, and their family had taken them to a hospital.
Oh, okay.
Mayor, given the scale of the devastation, how surprising, if not shocking, is it that is one fatality and not dozens?
It's very shocking and very surprising because the devastation is pretty substantial.
The governor's coming at 4:30. What's your agenda looking like? Are you taking him down there, or what's ahead for y'all?
I don't know at this time. We're going to have a meeting about that after this and figure out exactly what we're going to do when he gets here. So at this time, I don't know. We're just going to obviously meet and talk about things and look things over in some fashion. And
we got a lot of questions from people. What can I do to help? Obviously, they don't want to come here, but they want to give. Do you have any kind of direction as to what the helpers can do?
At this time, I don't. Like I've told several people that have came to the command post, until we get this secondary search done, it's crucial that we don't disturb the scene. It's an active scene, and we don't want to disturb it because we've got the dogs and everything running it. And obviously, we don't want to start cleaning up or anything and cause further harm or injury to an individual if they were there. So as always, we appreciate all the help and everybody wanting to pitch in and help. It means a lot. But probably tomorrow will be a better time, and anybody that wants to come help, we have a command post set up down at the Barnsdall City Fire Department. And just be sure if you do come and help and want to help, you check in there because we don't want any freelancing. and we need to keep track of each and every individual and know where they're at, so we can monitor their activities at all times.
What was the tornado like for you? Just walk us through what you observed and what you saw in those moments as the storm set down.
I'm a firefighter for the city of Barnsdall, and I was actually at work when the storm hit here, so I didn't get here until afterwards. I had to take care of my job over there, and then when I got relieved, I had a guy come in, and I came here as quick as I could.
Knowing this is the second time, sir, that you've been here by a tornado, can you please compare the scale of trying to build back up certain homes and just the sense of community versus what you just did a month ago?
There's no comparison to what happened a month ago as to what happened last night. What happened last night was way worse. I'm sure everybody saw the news reports and the multitude of that storm that came through here. And it's there's what came through a month ago was bad, don't get me wrong, but what came through last night was really, really bad. So there's no comparison there. It's just
Mayor,
not even the same category.
Were there any major employers in Barnsdall affected by this?
Oh yeah, the refinery was hit, and they have suffered a lot of destruction there at the refinery as well, and it'll take a toll on them because they're shut down at this time, and they'll probably be shut down for some time trying to get everything rebuilt.
Is that the biggest employer here?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Mayor, you mentioned EF4 earlier today. Is that something you've heard from somebody or officially were told?
I was told that by a pretty reliable source. I wasn't told that officially.
Did the governor call you, or how did you find out he was coming?
I was contacted by him through one of his representatives. So.
What did Senator Langford say to you whenever he called?
The same thing he always says. Anything I need, I have. He'll do anything. He's a great man, and he always does anything and everything he can to help our community, and I greatly appreciate him.
Just logistically for us, do you think around 2 or maybe 3 o'clock we could go right up to the front lines and get some video? Do you think that your secondary search may be done by then?
I can't answer that at this time. More than likely, no, sir. It will not be done at that time, and I can't jeopardize that. As soon as we get to a point where we feel like we can let you do that, we sure will. But I don't think that's any way, shape, or form possible at this time.
You guys have said that there's a shelter-in-place order, but if people don't have power, they don't have water, what other options are there for them to go somewhere else?
We have people that are offering to transport people. We've had buses. We've got water. There are people around in the community that anything they need, all they have to do is ask for it, and we'll take care of them.
How do they ask?
We've got rescue workers and stuff on the streets right now, and it's as simple as asking, and they can. Some people are saying they have cell phone service and can get out. I've got occasional calls. I'm up here by the temporary tire here. It works pretty good, so there's several ways they can ask.
Of the 30 or 40 families, I know you touched upon this a little bit earlier, but for all those families now that don't have housing at the moment, other than just community shelters, what are the plans to try to make sure they have something?
Well, that'll just it's a process. Insurance will have to file on their insurance. If they have insurance, they'll have to come in here and assess the damage, pay off the claim, and they'll have to rebuild. That's really the only option there is.
Do we have short-term housing available though in that capacity?
Not very much, no, sir. There are a few rentals, but like most small communities, there's a very large shortage of housing here.
So sorry about your friend that lost their life. Still no information being released about that person?
No, sir.
Does their family know?
Yes, sir.
If I live here and my stuff is still in that pile, do you anticipate by the evening I could come and look through my stuff and see if I can salvage something?
Oh, yes, I would say so. So.
Have you had a problem with loaders yet?
No, sir, not yet.
Mayor, when you step back and look at what's happened to your community, and as you drive through there, what do you think of the amount of the loss? What's happened?
Well, I've lived here my whole life, and when you come into this town and see it's a devastating blow to several people, to the community. It's a substantial event. It's going to be life changing for a lot of people in many ways. But I believe this town it's a strong town, and there's a lot of good people here, and they'll bond together just like they did on the first tornado. And I believe they'll all build back and be better.
Officer, as far as the potential for looting, do you have additional resources coming in to keep an eye on things?
We have resources here dedicated for that now.
As far as your access to the highway and things like that, are you all checking IDs, or how are you controlling? So
we still have the no free reign, if you will. We're not going to just go out and run around. We're still conducting that secondary search. So with that being said, we're going to again ask everyone to stay out of any of the disaster zones right now, as far as media, that too, until we can complete that secondary search. If it's got damage to it and it's in here and we've got it again and it's one area, then yes, we're asking you to stay away.
Have you already turned people away at the highway?
Multiple.
Is everyone cooperating from the media?
Here and there. I mean, like I said, we get a few. It seems like sometimes we've got one person here and they're not all on the same page. It's just a learning thing for all of us, honestly. Yeah, it's nothing too crazy. Everyone's being really polite and really positive, so it's been really helpful.
Can you tell us the first location of where the search took place?
No, I can't.
Okay.
What can you tell us specifically about the damage that you're seeing, what your troopers are doing? Just give us some descriptors.
So, and no problem. This morning, I went over that this morning. So the Oklahoma Highway Patrol is here to assist all the local municipalities or any local entities with any resources that they need. With that being said, the Oklahoma Highway Patrol is also here to establish a unified command system and also help with that secondary grid search. No other questions? I'll turn it back over to the mayor. Thank you.
All right, if that's all, I just want to thank you all for coming again, and thank you for your patience as we try to work through this and get to a point where we can allow you to get a better view of things, and hope you understand why we're doing what we're doing, and it's necessary. It's a process, and we have to do it to ensure that we do everything we can to do what's right by our citizens. So that's the reason we're doing what we're doing. It's not anybody's trying to be hard to get along with or anything. We're trying to respect our citizens and do what's best for them, and that way we can do the best job we can do to try to complete this task.
So next conference 4:30 with the governor, or are you gonna?
It'll be tentative. If you guys can stick around for a little bit, we'll get a game plan going here, and then we'll move in that direction.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be around 4:30 though.
Okay.
Yeah, just to confirm it, just give us a few
here.
minutes, and we'll get a game plan for everyone, and we'll just kind of roll that way.
Thank you again.